Emre bi atwam no na enka aduane no ade ni titu ema ye bowura eye jade saa no a wo soja na do anu hum wani ase nyina wusie ebewie kire na aya ne yeta ka se yade bi wo ho no ma ye wo nkrofo kro bi ko a eche wo no mo ema ne titu ebedu baabi na enifira na se cataract ete ebesi wani so nyina eye wusie anampo se wo be ko wura mu akotwa ebewie kire na se wo bi ankwaka wo kra na Jesus scorpion bi de ajewo we nu nyina eye enyema bi a atwam a ye beka ne se eye tetemiremu ene yetahu sa enyema yi enam so ema eye ye maame Samira Bawumia ada eye dwumade bi dia wone eye Ghana Education Service ena eka bomu na ena afin so energy commission no wo hwe ese wo beda na di na akọ school nyina mu ni titru ene ema ya no na enkyerechire etimi akwa ma omu na fe abefu kwan so sedia ye nyama ahoduo bi no etimi akoso saa odensem bi tu dwaye nko ne yenkotie emra.
It's my pleasure to deliver the keynote address at the launch of the 3rd edition of the Energy Commission Senior High School Renewable Challenge. Indeed, from its inception in 2019, where the challenge was held as a pilot program for schools only in Greater Accra region, we have seen a rapid increase, as Deputy GES Director said, from 29 schools to 90 schools in 2021 for the 2nd edition. This significant increase shows the interest and commitment that our secondary schools have shown in this challenge. I'd want to commend the Energy Commission and Ghana Education Service for your collaborative efforts in mainstreaming energy technologies and solutions into the educational curriculum in Ghana, and the leadership of the Ministry of Energy for its continuous support. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's challenge, clean cooking and food processing using renewable energy technologies, has been carefully chosen to reflect the current situation in the country. Ghana, like many other sub-Saharan African countries, relies heavily on solid biomass fuels for domestic and commercial cooking and heating. Solid biomass constitutes the bulk of domestic fuel sources for over 70% of Ghanaian households. Specifically, 35.1% rely on firewood, while 34.6% rely on charcoal. LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, is also used by 25.8% of Ghanaian households. Rural dwellers in Ghana still rely mainly on firewood for their domestic and productive cooking activities. The effects and impacts of the use of these solid biomass fuels, together with inefficient cook stoves, cannot be overemphasized. Unfortunately, this simple act of cooking, using unclean cooking solutions and fuels, leads to household air pollution and is responsible for over 20,000 premature annual deaths in Ghana from non-communicable diseases such as stroke, heart-related diseases, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease such as COPD, and lung cancer. In rural communities, women and children travel long distances to collect fuel for firewood. This is a particularly time-consuming and an exhausting task, which does not offer them time for other more productive activities. In addition to being strenuous, there are many other risks involved, such as bites from venomous animals and even sexual assaults, because some of them wander far into the bushes and on their way back can get attacked. This also limits access to education, which tends to restrict economic opportunities. The use of biomass for cooking also contributes to climate change through emissions of greenhouse gases and black carbon, as well as reduction of the national carbon sink as a result of deforestation. The adverse impacts on the quality of life cannot be overemphasized. Government policies and interventions over the years have positively impacted on development of clean cooking markets to make it safer for citizens when cooking. Ghana has updated its nationally determined contribution to accelerate the promotion of sustainable biomass value chain markets. That is, the improved charcoal production, establishment of wood lots at the main charcoal hotspots, and the promotion and distribution of improved cook stoves, the national LPG promotion programs, among others, to improve the value chain efficiency and increase wealth factors. I believe that further research and development on the current improved cook stove technologies and fuels available in the country is vital to bring out even better cook stoves with higher efficiencies and lower emissions, which are also relatively cheaper to better the lives of the users, which is all of us. Distinguished guests, this year's challenge will provide an opportunity for our young students to brainstorm and come up with innovative products to help address the needs of the clean cooking sector. Similarly, value addition is required to reduce post-harvest losses, improve the market value of the food chain, and achieve food security for our country. I am optimistic that this year's challenge will also provide our young and talented students the opportunity to develop food processing technologies and equipment that will be useful for the industry, especially in the areas of storage and preservation. As a global champion for the United Nations Foundation Clean Cooking Alliance, I'm raising awareness on the relevance of access to clean energy, particularly clean cooking solutions and renewable energy technologies and solutions, and its impact on sustainable development and the well-being of women and children as its cardinal point of this effort. I'm happy to be part of this year's challenge and look forward to participating, hopefully, in some of the regional competitions. So do invite me, please.
Enu Echi, Executive Secretary, Edema Energy Commission, Ora, Oscar, Amono, Neza, Ensu Echiemu, and say, Wabeshe, Abo, whom modern say, a bear mandatory, na Wabeshe Mokenani Titu, Ede Ako, a yesku a hoodwina, na Wabeha Ama Wonsu, would you media was woody, na Wadebuano, etimi akonkain.
Indeed, as the Commission prepares to mark its 25th anniversary later this year, we are encouraged by the continued support of our partners and the enthusiasm of our stakeholders and the general public towards our flagship programs, of which the Senior High School Renewable Energy Challenge is key. The challenge was born out of the Commission's mandate under the Renewable Energy Act 2011 Act 832, which includes promotion and the development and utilization of renewable energy resources. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this year's challenge is clean cooking and food processing using renewable energy technologies. Students are expected to develop projects in the area of either clean cooking or food processing, and these should be related to the use of renewable energy technologies. Participating schools are encouraged to come up with new product innovations, accessories to products, or digital innovations to improve the performance or efficiency of existing projects in the above mentioned areas. The projects to be submitted should aid individuals or businesses in the residential, commercial, or industrial sectors of the clean cooking value chain. In the area of clean cooking, the focus is on either improved stoves or fuels, whilst for food processing, schools should focus on how renewable energy could be utilized in food processing and preservation. I will entreat everyone to encourage and support the schools, the teachers, and the students to enable them give of their best in developing concepts and ideas that will translate into the development of innovative projects and products.
Ora Kwabna Tando ensuso eye Deputy Director General Edema Ghana Education Service wono suso echire mu ese wobehwe na wama wani akọ ehun pa netitu ene technical engineering mathematics all levels na say school pon ahodo any in post-secondary schools nyina no etimi akoso honomo.
Pilot phase is over, and we are actually, cabinet gave approval for the larger STEM to happen across the country. So I believe that ITech is in the stage of raising the revenue, raising the resources in order to be able to supply each and every basic school across the country with the STEM equipment, training for teachers, and manipulators for students to be able to learn, including laptop for each classroom, each school. As well as projectors for teachers to be able to use for teaching. As I indicated in my speech, as well as more eloquently articulated by Her Excellency, the Second Lady, the pollution from other sources of fuels that are used, especially in our rural part of the country, is causing a lot of damage, and it disproportionately to women and children, because of the way our culture it is women and children that are in the kitchen and working and cooking. And as the Second Lady articulated, close to 75% of our population does not use clean cooking technologies, and that is really contributing to health hazards, as well as distraction of our environment. And so the theme, which gets students to actually explore clean cooking and food preservation using renewable energy technologies, really helps us to understand and for students to be more involved. We are hoping that students will come up with ideas that can be scaled, ideas that can be hopefully commercialized for the larger use to reduce especially cooking pollution in our rural homes especially. But we want to encourage all, especially our senior high schools and technical institutions, to participate. We want to encourage them to submit projects and to be able to compete. It opens the minds of students. It really brings up the joy that students have in terms of exploration. It also allows us to discover some undiscovered talent across the country. Last year, we got German Pension, which is really not a well-known school, but they had really great ideas that brought us where we are. And so we would encourage the schools. We would also encourage the general public. You know, the Honorable Minister's speech talked about all of the players in energy and beyond that can contribute. So we encourage the general public, and we would also encourage you, the media, to continue covering. We thank you for covering, and we'll encourage you to continue covering and getting the message out to people.
Dia wobejine mu edema energy ministry no Ora Andrews Ejapa Mesa wono eno deputy energy minister. Watchre mu ese wobehwe ama wone GES na afin so GES one mo aka bomu no na potoka se mu yebeka ne se collaboration na wahwe ama cooking alliance so etimi ejina ne nanso wo sa kwan no so a abefo kwan so no bibia ebetimi akonkan.
As I shift focus back to the SHS Renewable Energy Challenge, on behalf of my minister, I wish to pledge that the ministry's unflinching support for this initiative, as has been indicated over the years, will continue. The policy goal of the ministry is to achieve the distribution of 3 million units of clean and efficient biomass cook stoves and 50% of LPG use by 2030. The ministry therefore views that the SHS Renewable Energy Challenge will enhance its effort at achieving this goal. In that regard, the Ministry of Energy intends to fund the further development and promotion of the most outstanding innovative clean cooking solution from this year's Schools Challenge for further development and promotion. I would encourage all prospective participants to put their all into their respective projects. Think deep and come out with the best of innovations that can transform the cooking sector of the country. I will entreat school heads to accord the participating students the needed support to facilitate their participation in the challenge. I will also urge the organizers to put in place the needed mechanisms to guarantee the intellectual property rights of students. Your Excellency, I would at this juncture express my sincerest gratitude to the Energy Commission for living up to its statutory responsibility of leading the promotion of renewable energy in Ghana. the award of one of Africa's public sector leaders given to the Executive Secretary, Engineer Oscar Mono Neza, at the 3rd Africa Public Sector Conference and Awards 2022 is indeed a testament of your contribution to the development of our nation. As we launch the 3rd edition, the Commission's consistency in the organization of the SHS Renewable Energy Challenge so far must be applauded. Appreciation is also extended to partners of previous editions. It is my hope that this competition grows to gain popularity on a level similar to the National Science and Math Quiz. To this end, I would urge all sector agencies, Ghana National Gas Company Limited, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, the National Petroleum Authority, bulk oil storage and transportation, Temora Refinery, VRA, Gridco, ECG, NEDCO, BUI, and VALCO to all rally behind the Energy Commission and commit resources to support this initiative.
Eno eche no school for emofra wonom so ebepi adwumedie no asibie no yenya won hosa yebo epini wonom etie wonom so adwenkyere ne titiru ene senia wonom etie ensam ye kokoso nyina ne dia wonom so afa ato wonom kotodwemu efae.
My name is Alfred Akufu from Accra High.
And you as well? Exactly, Manuela from Accra High. I want to do something for my school. Yeah, like something that will leave a good legacy behind for students who will come after me. Yeah.
We wish to produce the best renewable energy technologies for food processing, food preservation, and food storage.
Emre edi adane say enyama ni esisa entinya afa ni esan kwose jade ana yebekwa fuma kotwa nnua na ede ensunsuanso boni bi aba ne titiru na akwatia eye emaya ye kanko ewo abrabomu asida piesie ne nchi akese panso enko emfama Madam Sheila a wono ejinemu ekasama Energy Commission ye chia Morris TV for ye chia papa Eha ena ebebema kwama mede nsem ni nyina aba na wie ye na emo mekai wo ese se won subscribe ya subscribe, like and share ebia na wutwam en wa bepie so abomoden na subscribe mia notification button na so se de be ya bibia no ensempa etwegu a won so wonsa ebetimi aka bi meda mo ase makram.